Folks, just so you know, in the hot and humid days of the summer, just so that you know that the right wing has not stopped their insanity. We have a lot of, obviously, more important issues to talk about. NSA surveillance revelations, the stop and frisk and mandatory minimum sentences for nonviolent drug offenders. All of this is going on, but never, ever forget that a big part of our politics is dominated by the nut jobs on the far right. And here is one of those nut jobs, Bryan Fischer of the American Family Association. Apparently he's got some type of internet show. And maybe it's a radio show too, but apparently he does. I mean, this guy actually speaks in front of a microphone and puts a camera up and then puts it on YouTube. Who does that? Anyways, here is Bryan Fischer explaining, ladies and gentlemen, the theory that, frankly, I think probably deserves more attention. This, of course, is the Photoshop theory, the one which, I'll let Bryan Fischer explain it.
Was with Barack Obama the day that the Osama bin Laden raid went down.
Pause it. He is talking, of course, about, what's the guy's name? Reggie Love?
Reggie Love.
Reggie Love, who is Obama's like right-hand man. He's like point man, body man, they call it. And apparently there was some interview where Reggie Love said that, we were playing cards for part of the day when people were in the Situation Room on the Osama bin Laden attack, because he didn't want to just sit there and wait in certain instances, over when they were flying or whatnot. So continue.
You have seen pictures of the Situation Room. Everybody gathered around the table. Hillary Clinton's got her hand over her mouth, just desperately afraid about what she's seeing unfold on the big screen. President Obama sitting at the corner of the table, kind of all hunched over. In fact, I'll tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I said it at the time, I believe if you go look at that picture, I think the odds are good that he was photoshopped into that picture. You look at it, you look at the size of his head. I mean, I encourage you to go look at that picture, look at the size of his head compared to the size of the head of everybody else in the room. Even people standing in the back of the room, their heads are bigger than his head. And it looks teeny tiny next to the people that he's sitting next to. He looks kind of hunched over and small. I think that got, frankly, I think that got photoshopped in after the deal. I think that Obama's approach to that thing was, hey, if this thing goes south, I don't want to be in the room. I don't want to be anywhere near this thing if it blows up. If it succeeds, if it's an outstanding success, then Photoshop me in there so it looks like I was right on point, but he's there in his windbreaker like he just got off the golf course.
There you have it, folks. Now, this guy, obviously, as you can see, his set is considerably nicer than ours. This guy is fully funded, and he is a moron.
I like how he hasn't considered that if it was a failure, they could have just not released the picture.
No, everybody knows. Okay, this is where I got to stick up for Bryan Fischer, because everybody knows the Constitution says that if you have a failed attempt to kill a terrorist, you have to release the pictures of the Situation Room. And that's why he was like, we got to, I can't be in that room. Because, of course, now I know what you're thinking. Well, if he was in that room, they could have and it went south, they could have just pretended he was not in that room. But the chances of that coming out, I would put somewhere right around the same as the chances coming out that he was standing out in front of the door of the room saying, I'm not coming in, just in case. So, and then, of course, Obama's secret plan was, we should get the worst Photoshop person, the most mediocre Photoshop person.
Look, we're going to need to keep this one in-house.
We'll have Malia do it.
Yeah, one of my kids do it.
We'll have Malia do it.
Malia, she's good at that sort of thing.
We don't need to.
The other thing is I want to look not in the center of the room, and I want to have bad posture in the photo as well. It's imperative that I not be in the center of the photo.
I'm going to be wearing flannel in the original picture, and then I want you to put a sport jacket over me that looks like I just came off the golf course. Or we could just use that picture of me at the 19th hole after I play golf. We could just do it from where I'm at the snack shop.
And I want you to miniaturize these big, broad shoulders of mine, make myself look as tiny as possible.
That's right. We're going to
drinking an Evian.
Well,
Put that right in there.
And just switch that out with a with some type of weapon, so it looks like I'm a little bit tougher. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.